Liking your job, that is the secret to thriving in all areas of your life. At least that's what I think. I've had at least 10 jobs in my lifetime. Most of them I hated, but they did help me wipe out my student loans, buy our 2-bedroom condo near Toronto, and travel the world. But now that I'm older, I don't want to just have a random job. I want to like what I'm doing. I've become an employee, a freelancer, and now a travel nurse. In this video, I want to share the 3 reasons why liking your job is more important than you think. After all, you'll only spend about 90,000 hours in your lifetime working, at least according to research. A sense of security. This is pretty obvious, but in general, having a job, even if you don't like it, makes us safe. But I think that having a job that you like, the security feels a little bit different. So now that I'm a travel nurse, the feeling of sense of security is different. So as a travel nurse, I have more flexibility when it comes to my schedule, and it's easier to plan my life as opposed to when I was a staff nurse and it was more difficult. And I'm not as scared as losing my job because as a travel nurse, there's always a demand for it. When I was a staff nurse, the sense of security of having the job wasn't as safe because I always felt like I had to ask for permission to go on vacations, to get married, to do things that I wanted outside of my job. And similarly, when I was a freelance writer, I was scared of losing clients. So even though I was making money, I didn't feel as secure as I feel right now. And that is because I was scared of losing my clients. And if I didn't take on any job, that meant that I'm not making any money. And that's just a terrifying feeling. As humans, we fundamentally need 2 things. One is to feel accepted, and second is to feel safe. So feeling secure in the job that you like is so important, especially if you want to move on to something else or if you want to pursue other things in life, and that is being a creative. Free headspace for creativity. Having a job that you dislike makes this hard. On the days that you're working, you spend time and energy hating the job, and on the days that you're not working, you're trying to escape this job that you hate by doing self-care things, or in general, just trying to escape this world that you have. So for example, this is what happened to me when I solely became a freelance writer. Being a freelance writer had its perks, like traveling the world, but after realizing that it wasn't fun to write for money, I decided to become a travel nurse instead. So what happened was that writing for clients drained my creative energy, and I didn't have time to write for myself or make YouTube videos consistently. And because I was putting so much effort into the projects that I've been doing, I didn't have any energy of my own. As opposed to being a nurse where I go to the hospital, work my 12 hours, leave my work in the hospital, and then when I come home or on my days off, I can actually spend the time writing and creating videos and doing the stuff that I truly want to do in my own time. So now when opportunities come to me, I have to really make sure that whether this opportunity drains my energy or it makes space for my creative energy, so then I can gauge whether to say yes or no to that opportunity. And I feel like that is a good way to approach life, an intentional life at least. Experimentation is expensive. If you're a high achiever like me, chances are you want to thrive in all areas of your life, including health, wealth, relationships. And to do that, you need to be experimenting a lot. And sometimes experimenting can be expensive. So not only you need the headspace for the creativity or the effort to actually do the things that you might want to experiment on, but it also gives you the freedom to spend time, effort, and money to actually do the things that you want. So for example, right now, besides YouTube, my focus is getting my health on point. So my goal is to be able to go to the gym or do a workout about 4 to 5 times per week. And one of the things that you need to do is to spend money on this. So for instance, I bought an app on my phone where I can follow a program so that I don't have to think about it, and that costs money. And I also bought an Apple Watch not too long ago so that I can track my steps, my calories, and my overall sense of how much movement I'm doing every day. And lastly, I recently bought resistance bands so that I have no excuse why I'm not working out, whether I'm back home or I'm doing travel nursing, so that I can actually be able to reach the goal that I want outside of my work. And I'm only able to do this now because I feel like I've stabilized the job that I like. I'm meeting my financial goals, I'm meeting my creative goals, and now I'm focusing on my health. It's It's probably not the best priority when it comes to creating the life that you want, but for me, that's what's working right now. Another example that I have is when it comes to my passion. So again, currently obsessed with YouTube, so I'm spending a lot of money on a fancy camera. I just recently bought this very expensive mic, and I've increased my production value, which I'm happy to say that it's been working because a lot of people have been commenting on how my production value has been better. But again, I'm only able to do this because I have this job that helps me sustain to follow my curiosity. After being on this career exploration for about 2 years now, I feel like I'm finally thriving because I found something that I really like. So now the big question is, can you still thrive even if you hate your job? I personally think that it's very hard to thrive in your life if you hate your job, because hating your job consumes a lot of your time, your energy, and it just drains your overall life. When I was in a job that I hated, I felt stuck, I was grumpy, I just didn't show up as my best self. So the best thing that I did for myself was to get out of that situation and really explore the world around me and figure out what I like and don't like, and figure out how to thrive from there. I feel like if you want to wake up every day inspired and excited to live your life, you need to be doing something that you like. And you're only able to do this once you start exploring, once you start experimenting. And it might take time, but you're bound to find something that you like at one point. I feel like even if you're successful in all other areas of your life, but you're miserable in your job, you'll always have this knowing feeling that something is off and it's just not a fun way to live. Anyways, I really hope that this video has resonated with you, that you be kind to yourself and take it one day at a time. And if you want to know how I found a job that I liked, you might want to watch this video.